This is the Niner MCR full suspension gravel bike. It's time to go test it out.
Hi team, I'm Sid.
And I'm Macky.
For the past 6 years, we've been racing mountain bikes professionally.
And living out of our van.
On this channel, we're sharing those adventures with you.
All of them.
So hit subscribe and join the team.
Call us crazy, but things are finally right.
After spending most of the year at home in Taos, New Mexico, we decided a few weeks ago to pack up and head to Boulder, Colorado, so that I could do some intensive physical therapy and hopefully put this year and this injury behind me. Before we headed out, we built up Macky's new Niner MCR, a full suspension gravel bike. If you want to see some how-to videos from the build-up, make sure you're subscribed to our second channel, Sid Fixes Bikes. We are heading to my PT appointment. Macky's gonna do a gym workout.
And fortunately, as a patient of Revo's as well, they are letting me use their facility. So I actually can do gym workouts for the first time this entire crazy pandemic.
So these are just surface EMG sensors, and these measure the electrical signals that are going through the muscles. So
Or not.
or not. Sometimes not. So we're just trying to measure those, put an objective value on how much glute, how much adductor, and obviously there's a sequencing component of when our muscles firing is also important as we've been looking at. So.
Even in the hard times, you and I can weather any storm. You and I, we got it. We don't need no more. Even in the hard times, you and I can weather any storm.
This is the Niner MCR full suspension gravel bike. And I have been ogling this bike for, well, pretty much since we started working with them at the beginning of this year. And finally am getting to ride one, and I'm really excited because I love gravel riding. And I have to say that the idea of having a bike that has front suspension, 40 millimeters, and rear suspension, 50 millimeters, that is specifically tuned for gravel riding sounds awesome. The rebound is really fast, so it's made to just keep pedaling seated on rough stuff and just not get as tired or as fatigued when you're doing so. Some little lockout right here. So this is locked, that's unlocked, and it's just super easy and activates very quickly, and when it's locked out, it's very locked out. We also put a dropper post on this bike because why not? This is the Shimano Pro Discover dropper post. It pairs with this GRX front lever. Because I don't have a front shifter, I just used the left lever to activate the dropper post. And running a full GRX setup, 42 tooth front chainring, and a 1142 11-speed cassette. And I love the GRX stuff because it's basically mountain bike stuff. Clutch, derailleur, and one-by system. Awesome hydraulic disc brakes, front and rear, running 160mm rotors on both. This is the Fox AX Adventure Cross fork, which is basically a step cast, a modified step cast that is just 40 millimeters of suspension. So definitely just for gravel, is not supposed to be a mountain bike. And it's time to go test it out and see what riding it is like.
In Southern California, it's where the people came to play. Let them transform.
So I'm finally getting to ride Niner's full suspension gravel bike, the MCR. And
I'm with Jason, who's also riding a brand new bike today.
Yeah.
So we're double testing brand new bicycles. So what is your bicycle, Jason? So I could
It's an open wide.
An open wide?
Wide.
Cool. So you're running 27.5 by 2.4 tires.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Exactly.
And awesome. So riding with Jim and Jared. So yeah, Jason's gonna be our guide today. Apparently we're doing a mix of gravel, some dirt, some pavement, which I think will be like the perfect test for this bike. So I'm pretty excited. I've got a lockout here, and then I've got the fork lockout. And yeah, obviously right now I have everything locked out, but when we get back on dirt, I'll open it up and see what it's like. All right, the true test. Whee!
We started with some real trails on the Marshall Mesa Trail Network, and despite the fact that this bike is definitely a gravel bike and not designed for this stuff, it was still super fun. I found myself bottoming it out pretty easily on bigger hits, but the vibration damping was awesome.
Hi there. Dang, that's fun. Super nice. Nice easy climbing grade.
Despite my doubts ahead of time, I found that I really appreciated the dropper post on the descents because, just like on a mountain bike, I was able to get the saddle out of the way and lean the bike over farther in the corners, which made for some ripping descents.
I was gonna say, that looked a lot like intervals when she was sitting there looking at her watch. I was like, okay, I wonder how long the recovery is. It's these kind of roads with this gravel that I'm like, I would love some more traction.
Yeah.
It's a little more traction.
Are those 37s?
I think the front is a 38 or 40, and then the back's 31.
Okay.
Woo! Cyclocross!
Right. We're in the weeds. Never mind.
U-turn!
Sorry.
Well, you know, that's what exploring's about.
This ride was the perfect ride for the MCR. We rode paved roads, dirt roads, bike paths, gravel paths, and mountain bike trails, and it was capable and fun on all of them. But the terrain where this bike really excelled was washboard.
Haha, washboard, take that! Washboard!
It was crazy how much of the vibration it got rid of, and I found I could stay seated and keep pedaling without feeling like I was going to lose control. It also saved me a lot of pain in my hands, feet, and butt.
It turns out riding directly through washboard is still slower than riding not on the washboard, but given how uncomfortable that would have been without full suspension, that was pretty awesome. Cool. Gate's mine.
So, would I recommend this bike? Well, it depends on what you're looking for. If you're looking for a bike to climb paved roads as fast as possible, then probably not. At 25-ish pounds, it's heavier than most gravel and road bikes, and even though it's super stiff when locked out, well, weight is weight. But if you're looking for a bike that you can take adventuring and exploring that will make riding gravel way more fun and save your hands, feet, and butt a lot of pain, then yeah, you probably need an MCR.
Woo! Bottle down!
Bottle down!
Hi there, thank you. Woo! Stopping!
I gotta stop trying.